Finally, after almost 9 years, GTA 6 has finally been leaked with an actual plausible leak, not Fernando saying he's got GTA 5 early. This is actually a real probable leak, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to show any gameplay or anything like that, out of fear that our great overlords Rockstar will decide to scorch out every single thing relating to it and has gameplay of it. So I'm just going to be safe and, not show anything. So sorry if that's not what you want. If you want something else, go actually look at the footage. So who will we be playing as? From what I've seen from the footage myself, the main characters will be Jason and Lucia. So the leaks that came out a couple months back about a Latina character that we'll be playing as, that was actually kind of right. But was that just luck or the guy actually knowing what he was talking about? We have no idea. We will also be able to have seamless switching. A big feature that Rockstar decided to announce for whatever reason as being a big part of the expanded and enhanced edition. But what other characters are we going to be seeing in this game? Well, I've seen a few in the actual footage called Billy, Dre, WM, YJ, Vicky, Sinead, and Linda. None of these characters have been seen before, to my knowledge, unless there's some like GTA 2 character called Sinead. A big part of this will be the weapons. So what weapons are there going to be for GTA 6? Probably all of the ones from GTA 5 and probably before, but also a few new things from what I've seen. A fire bottle and what I am most excited for, a spear gun. I cannot tell you how excited I am to spear people to death in GTA 6. This will be the funnest feature in this entire game and the only reason why I'm actually getting this game. But from what I've seen as well, in your inventory and your weapon wheel, it will actually be split between 3 things just like Red Dead Redemption 2. Your weapons, your equipment, and gear. In the equipment, I'm theorizing that we'll have like our flashlights and binoculars there, which by the way, a new thing we're getting, binoculars, so I won't have to use it, a sniper scope every 2 seconds. But gear is a little more weird. We'll have a USB, an auto dialer, a jammer, and a immobilizer bypass. So basically no more Lester. You have become Lester, and he is now irrelevant, thank God. But also within this, there'll also be an inventory. So say goodbye to the interaction menu in GTA Online, and welcome to the new inventory, where you'll have med packs instead of food. You'll also have pills, which from what I've seen, you'll be able to overdose on these pills, which is something we've not seen. It'll be similar to a blackout like in GTA 5, where you have too much alcohol and drink it too much, but with drugs. And also you'll have armor. Probably not the same way we had armor in the last game, probably one standardized armor for everything. So there won't be light armor, heavy armor, whatever armor. It'll just be one type of armor. And the new feature, a duffel bag with maximum capacity. In GTA 5 and GTA Online, we have seen a duffel bag before, but this was mainly just a thing for characters to put whatever they're robbing into a bag. Now this will actually have a use, and you'll actually be able to access it in free roam. Hold-ups are a new thing. We have seen hold-ups before, but only for grocery stores. But now I'm guessing they're expanding on this and making it more accessible to more things. This also, again, will be in free roam, and from what I've seen, hostages can run, and will have a meter per hostage of how likely they are to run away. There will also be a cop response time on the screen at the top, or maybe wherever they put it, which I am assuming that if an AI does flee, they will decrease this or make the cops instantly come there. The places you'll be able to rob are gas stations, grocery stores, and probably fast food places like Burger Shop. But AI will also be able to rob these places as well, which is an interesting concept, and I feel will make the world more lively and feel more alive than GTA 5 was. But this will be a big feat for them, especially if they can somehow manage to not pull off a Cyberpunk 2077. There are also a few more places of note that I want to go over, that being clubs. There will be a lot of clubs as this is set in Vice City. I haven't actually mentioned this earlier, but GTA 6 will be set in Vice City as we've all theorized for years. But it'll be clubs where I'm guessing you can be thrown out of them, just like you can do in GTA Online with rowdy customers at the moment. You may also throw out other people if you work with a club. Obviously there'll be modern music, because it's a modern game, it's not set in the early 2010s. There'll also be car hangouts, which will maybe play a part in the game for, either Lucia or Jason, or maybe they'll have a friend who takes them to one or whatever. But this will probably where you get street races. Speaking of street races and vehicles, we'll probably get all of the same vehicles we get in GTA 5, but probably with more. We've never seen a hovercraft in GTA 5, but I'm pretty sure there have been hovercrafts in the previous games, so seeing this back in GTA 6 will be a very nice addition. We'll also be getting the Sanchez again, I know, wow. But it'll also be, this isn't exactly a vehicle, but there'll also be the Vice City Metro, which I'm guessing will just play the exact same role as the current Metro in GTA 5. Completely useless and no one will use use it unless they force you to go on it. And there's an interesting thing with cars as well. You may actually be able to have more customization with your cars. From what I've seen when it comes to cars, you'll be able to move the seat up and down and back and forth. I know, amazing. You'll also be able to tilt it backwards, so maybe you'll be able to sleep in a car. You'll also be able to move the front mirror, so wow, they're really going all out in this game. But sadly, they haven't actually implemented mirrors with reflections, at least for now, from what I've seen. And yes, I'm also extremely depressed because of this information. There will also be abilities, which obviously nothing new to GTA 5, but from what I've seen, there's not going to be the same things we had last time where it's, oh, Michael has slow motion, Franklin can slow down time when he's in a car. From what I've seen, it's mainly going to be Eagle Eye from Red Dead Redemption. I'm quite disappointed, especially since they're not actually making anything new. At least from what we've seen. I have to say this every time. This is from what I have seen. This isn't the full game. This is just snippets of the full game. The full game is going to be a lot bigger from what I'm just saying. You'll also be able to cover your face with a gun or with your hands, which might decrease how much damage you take. Also, during hold-ups, you'll also be able to surrender to police instead of waiting for the police to actually come to you and arrest you. You can straight up surrender to them. But is this like Hitman where you can surrender to them, but you can also fake them out? I would really like to see that. You'll also be able to prone, which is a very welcome feature to GTA, as proning is one of the features in gaming that everyone seems to love. You can also crouch fire as well, which isn't a new thing, but it is different in this game, because you'll actually be a lot more lower down. Instead of hunching your neck over, you'll actually be crouching, which also gives me the idea, will we actually be able to prone fire as well? If we can, that will be amazing, and I would love Rockstar for adding it. If we don't, I will be very disappointed. A returning feature will be the ability to ragdoll on command, so you press a button, you jump, press a button, but you'll be able to ragdoll. But from what I've seen, you'll also be able to do it while walking. You'll also be able to change your gun from left-handed to right-handed, so instead of the one camera position every single time for shooting, you'll be able to do it on left and right. Nothing major, but it is fairly interesting. The biggest feature I love, which is coming to this, is the ability to shoot from above your car or while inside the car with an automatic rifle. I love this as it gives so much possibility to what guns you'll be able to do this with. Will you be able to do it with a sniper? Will you be able to do it with a rocket launcher? Although it does feel like this game is becoming more and more like Saints Row. Don't worry, I hope to God it isn't like the atrocious game that was released this year. But it is something that is quite scary, especially for GTA's identity. Also, another thing is you'll be able to mug AI from what I've seen, or AI will be able to mug you, which again isn't totally interesting, but the only time we got to do that in GTA was in GTA Online with other players. But now we'll be able to do this to AI, and AI will be able to do this in return. So we know where GTA 6 will be based, but what are the locations in it? There are a lot of locations from what I've been able to gather, and I'll just go over them really quick. Obviously, I'll have a safe house, which will probably be shared with Jason and Lucia. This safe house will be in a place called Overtown, where there will also be high-rise flats as well. So either this is going to be a very rich area, or this will be a fairly ghetto-y area. There will also be a museum. Maybe you'll be able to do a robbery and steal some artifacts and give them to someone else. There will also be Park South, Malibu Club, the industrial area. In the industrial area, I'm assuming there will be a haunted warehouse, which God knows what that means. That can mean anything. There'll also be many trailer parks scattered throughout Vice City. There'll also be a dairy farm, Red Hill Forest, and also a fun time robot warehouse. I'm not going to elaborate further on that, just you connect the dots yourself. There'll also be North and South Beach, Lake Lemida. There'll also be Washington Beach, Vice Beach Plaza, Ocean View, and Port Gellhorn. From what I've seen, Port Gellhorn will be an overall area like Los Santos and anywhere else where there's a different police department. Also, a few just random tidbits and stuff. Cameras will actually have a use. They will be able to detect where you are and look at you, and also give that location to the police. So it'll be a lot harder to escape police chases. But I feel that's also where the gears will come in handy, as there'll be jammers and trackers and whatever. You'll also be able to rob cargo containers, which you'll be able to get a bike or money. This will probably also lead on to missions where you can do the same thing. Hopefully we don't have another incident of scanning the port where, you know, best mission in the whole game.
Thank fuck I'm high as a kite.
You should not be operating this vehicle while under the influence.
Like in GTA 5, there'll also be animals again, probably birds and deers and whatever. There'll also be relationships, which either this is going to just be a overall, oh, this is your relationship with this character, or you'll actually be able to have intimate relationships. So what will you need For GTA 6, you will need a 1080 or above, but probably more likely to be a 2080 and a 3080, and it'll also be on next-gen consoles, as from what I've seen, I highly doubt any of the old consoles, Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, or even PS4 and PS4 Pro will be able to run this game just because it looks like a very demanding game, and if they do try that, it'll probably end up like Cyberpunk 2077. So that is everything I have been able to gather. This will probably be quite a long video, not my usual type of video either, but if you do want more information type videos or commentary videos, please do, you know, like and subscribe, do whatever, like, tell me something I've missed if you want me to make a part 2 of this, of more stuff that will be in GTA 6. But yes, thank you for watching, please like and subscribe, or I will send a side up to your window tonight to watch you sleep. Thank you.